Okay, fine, let's do this properly. The Mechasaurus has a range of attacks. They're pretty much unchanged from Monster Attack. Although you haven't seen that unless you played that game, which you're not likely to have done. So I haven't put up that video yet. We have his amazing cluster grenade attack. It's nice to see that even the enemies have to label their cluster grenades with green smoke. Also has a homing missile attack, where he launches a load of missiles. He's also wearing a steel bikini. Just like the Regulosaurus, his flame attack and pretty much all of its attacks are actually interruptible if you deal enough damage. I've got the Emerald Me with me today. Can't really remember much about it, apart from it's a missile launcher. It's not that good. Once again, missile launchers best used against large single targets. Sort of hoping I'd have a new air turtle to show off by this time. It was not to be though. Sorry, Sky Turtle. I sort of melded Air Tortoise and Sky Turtle together into one word then. There's that wonderful green gassy explosion attack again. Doesn't help him though. Even when you don't use a rapier to murder him, he's still a joke. Will there ever be a Saurus that isn't completely pathetic? Anyway, welcome once again to Let's Play Global Defense Force! We've got some globes that have some fences, and we need to remove them. We need to defense those globes. A lethal mix! Prepare yourself and go there now! We shall indeed prepare ourselves and go there now. In fact, we've already prepared ourselves. And here we are now. A lethal mix, more like a slightly inconvenient combination if you ask me. This level, frankly, it's not fit to be this late in the game. That was the one Elite Saucer in this first wave. Now we just got a bunch of mirrored saucers. Mirrored saucers once again have no actual means of attack. All they can do is make you kill yourself. Which, if you're patient and not an idiot, it's not that likely to happen. Here comes the second wave. How many Elite Saucers have we got to deal with today? There's one, and just behind that building there's the second one. That's right, 3 Elite Saucers, and a load of mirrored saucers. There are only 3 enemies that can actually fire at you in this level. Elite Saucers are a joke in such a small quantity, especially now. When they first appeared, there was more of them, and they were more of a threat. And now there are less of them, and we have higher level weapons. All I have to do is kill all these saucers. Notice the reflections don't actually match what's happening in the level. It's the first time I believe the mirrored saucers have turned up in the ruined city environment, which the blurb actually described as the Tokyo suburbs for some reason. Despite this looking absolutely nothing like the Tokyo suburbs map. By this point I've realised I don't even need to move. There's no need to strafe around. I'm just making it slightly harder on myself by doing that. Slightly risky using a shotgun. Not that much though. Hurrah! We did it. Let's hope the next mission is more challenging. Yes, it will be. This next mission is a bit of a hard one, especially if you're playing as the infantryman. It takes a while for one specific reason. That's why I don't like it very much. Playing as the Pale Wing though, we can easily deal with that one specific reason. Here's a new weapon. And the same weapon again. Yes, I'm still using the Thunderbow 15S. Why? Because it's the best weapon we have for this sort of thing. See that? Flying ants. Flying ants are bastards to deal with. And this is not a level where you want to waste one of your weapon slots on bringing a missile. So invariably half of your time playing as the infantryman is spent spinning wildly trying to shoot at flying ants. Also, point of note, there's a tank, there's another tank. I believe this is the first level to feature two of the same vehicles. Julia. Up to this point, the most we've seen is a tank, a helicopter, and a bike at the same time. We've never seen two bikes, we've never seen two helicopters. We've seen helicopters in completely unreachable locations. We've seen helicopters that must be destroyed in order to get them into a position where you can actually get in them. Like that one that was also a hat. Sometimes they'll hide bikes on top of really tall buildings for no particular reason. Louis! That was the freeway plasma launcher. Plasma launchers, not my favourite weapons. Like rocket launchers, except slower and with an annoying arc on them. Very hard to actually fire them properly, and of course they are affected by momentum, so flying with them and firing at the same time is a tricky business indeed. They're pretty good. This one, especially though, is quite good in close range. Firing 3 explosions at the ants directly in front of you. Quite nice. Anyway, we've got some flying ants to deal with. Thunderbow is our best weapon for taking these out. That's not a homing weapon. It's just so much easier. It's got such a wide spread on it. When you actually hit them, they get hit back and go on the floor, which makes them easier to hit, with this weapon at least. Still, you have to actually find them. And it wouldn't be the Ruined City level without some red ants getting stuck on the geometry, would it? This didn't happen in my test recording, but here we have 3! Yes, 3 ants stuck. There's that tank again. Peculiar. 2 tanks. It's actually the only stage so far in cooperative mode where you could both be in a tank, I suppose. Also, that was stupid. How silly. Here come the ants. More flyers. Yes, this level has 3 waves of enemies. Always composed of a load of flying ants that come and get you first. A load of red ants that are going to get in your way, followed up behind by a bunch of spiders who are going to kill you. Focusing on killing all the flying ants, first of all, is a dangerous and silly thing to do. Fine to thin out their numbers while you wait for the other enemies to get here, but really flying ants are more of a nuisance than anything, especially on this difficulty level. They can't do a serious amount of damage to you, and if you keep on the move they'll very rarely actually hit you. These spiders, however, will kill you dead, and these red ants will knock you over, making you more vulnerable to ant attacks and spider threats. Not being bitten by red ants is quite an important part of this level. Annoying thing is that the swarm of red ants covers up your position on the radar, makes it harder to tell if any enemies have snuck behind you. You don't have a frame of reference. Those red dots could be anything. That's it, really? Was that the first wave or the second wave? What wave was that? I think we still got a wave after this. I believe. Unless I spend, like, quite a long time just killing 2 ants. I might spend quite a long time killing 2 ants, actually. Let's see. No, there's another wave. 3rd wave. Wave number 3. This level takes much longer as the infantryman. That's why I use the pale wing. I don't do things at random, you know. I think them through using logic. Not much more to say, really. Pretty much just like the second wave, except with slightly more ants and spiders. Incidentally, I still cannot wait for the next game in the series to come out. Insects Armageddon. There's going to be wasps. Admittedly, the wasps basically look like they're replacing the flying ants, and are going to be just flying ants, but with stripes. But we'll see. Maybe they'll have slightly different behaviour. Maybe they'll shoot their terrible pointy pincers at you instead of vomiting gunk. Orange, yellow gunk. I would say it's brown in 2017, but of course the flying ants aren't in 2017. Of all the enemies they could have ported over to that game, they went with the spiders. And these are technically wolf spiders. Sort of tarantula things, I don't know. I'm not a spider expert. Nor am I an arachnophobe. Maybe I could have learned more about spiders, but I just never put in the hours. One more ant, and we're done for the day. We're almost halfway through this exciting week of spider death and stuff. Anyway, that's it. Bye.